Good morning, everyone. I am just a little bit early. I am trying to figure out the lighting. I think it looks pretty good. Let me try changing. No, that looks very yellow. I have one of those lights where you can change the temperature. Oh, I think that's better. Let me see this one. Oh, actually, I think this one's better. It's called Cool. I'm going to leave it on cool because I'm cool. Well, good morning, everyone. This is the first official Doodle chapter of True Cuteness for Creative Cookies. We are a group that is part of the original OG, Lindsay Ostrom, on her creative hand lettering and doodle. So if you got to us from some other way, I don't know how you were able to find us, but we are growing, and I'm really excited to kick this off with the first one. Oh, you know what I need to do is, I see some comments coming in. I'm standing up right now. I need to make sure that I'm logged in so I can see you guys. Hold on, let me do that. That's why I got on a little bit early. It's already 8:02. I thought I was early, but I guess I wasn't. So let me see. Hold on, it's not updating to the most recent. Let me get out and get back in again. Hold on. There we go. And now let's try again. Sorry, I thought I was going to be early, and it turns out you're not early. There we go. I want to be able to see the live. Do I see myself? Where am I? I'm not coming up. Doodle. Oh, because I'm on the wrong page. There we go. All right, where am I? I'm not seeing myself. Hold on. Doodle chapter. There we are. Go back. Why am I not coming up? Like, I could see that you guys can see me. I could see on my phone, which is actually recording it, but I can't see on my iPad. Oh, here I am. Found me. Uh-oh, there we go. I don't want to hear myself. Wait, where's the volume? Where's the volume? That's probably making everyone dizzy. Okay. I think the volume is off. Oh, wait, I can't see comments. Sorry, just trying to get myself together here. Let me go back. And then... No. Oh, there we go. Comments. Oh, there we go. Comments. Volume off. I don't need an echo. I know what I sound like. Okay. There we go. Just making sure. Okay. I'll have a seat now. I don't know why I feel like I need to be. I could see a shadow there. You know what? There's a shadow right here. Let me change the lighting. Let me change to natural. That didn't do anything. Well, I'm just going to leave it. I'm sorry about the shadows. I do live in Oregon, and it's a little bit cloudy today. So I can't say that I'm hating that, because when it's hot, you do enjoy the occasional cloudiness. I just got back from New Mexico not too long ago, and it was horribly hot. So I'm happy to be home. But I wanted to start out with the prompts. They are actually in the file section of this Facebook page. So we're starting out very basic, but I will be showing you what we mean by each one of these things in a little bit. I also provided a handout, which honestly I'm not going to be using, and you will see why I'm not going to be using it. I provided it for you guys, and I will provide one every week for every prompt. You know, next week is circles, so there will be a new sheet handout with circles that you can draw and doodle on, and I will show you that. And then we have the cover for your binder, which I will be showing you how that works. But my name is Rebecca, or Becky, from Rainbow Stitches Studios. This is who I am, and these are my socials. So you guys, in the comments, this information will be here. But I wanted to show you kind of where this all spun from. Of course, it's all Lindsay. She's the maker of this whole group. Well, not the maker, you know, we're in charge. But she is the one that kind of like spun off from her original website. This concept of this kind of came from her Color It Cute book. I was trying to remember which of the book, because I have the lettering one, the Color It Cute. These links will also be available in the in this after I am done. I have all the links all set up. But she, in her book, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. She had something, these are the coloring ones, where it was all the different patterns. You see over here? It's kind of, I mean, she was just showing you how you can use felt pens and markers and doing all the different patterns. I got inspired by this. I took it off in my own direction, and I started creating my own, I call it my Encyclopedia of Doodles, that I am using to be able to remember what patterns I like to use. So I said in the supply list that, you know, you should use a piece of cardboard or something, because when you write on these, sometimes it bleeds through. So this was just from an old planner that I had, 2012 to 2013. It was cute. It very much reminds me of Lindsay Flowers. So once I was done with the calendar, I removed this and kept it because it was too cute to get rid of. And so I will often use this when I'm writing and I don't want stuff to bleed through. It might bleed through depending on if you're using Sharpies or Microns. Sometimes it bleeds through because this is just printer paper. But I wanted to kind of go through the whole brainchild of what it kind of inspired me. I created something called the Big Book of Ideas. And I have it because sometimes when you're wanting to create something, you're just kind of stuck for ideas. Or I don't know if you're like me with a creative mind where you are just trying to think of stuff and you can't remember what you wanted to do. So I put it all in one place. So the Big Book of Ideas has like ideas and inspiration. I have sketches. I have doodles, inspiring website, mood boards. But this is where I keep all of the gold. I have created doodles for each different line type. So I have lines, which if you look at your prompts, you're going to see the similarity. I have circles. I have squares. I don't know if that was one of the prompts. I have triangles. So you kind of see where I got the idea of this sheet here. You know, it is, you don't have to have the Post-it notes, because these were done on Post-it notes. These are little Post-it notes right here. And I also have the link for these in case you guys are interested in copying what I'm doing. But you don't need to do it this way. You could just use the sheet that I already provided. This is just about the size of a Post-it note. So you could do the same thing and you can have it all in one place. But when you have all of your ideas in one place, when you're doing doodling and you're kind of stuck on, oh, I want to fill this with a certain type of doodle, then you can go through your Encyclopedia of Doodles and say, oh, I like this. This actually looks like this tape right here, which I believe is one of Lindsay's tapes that I got from Adorn It. But, you know, you just have a bunch of doodles that you can refer to and go back and use them on your layouts without being stuck. These are actually, you know what, I did put them on there. This is washi tape. It is white washi tape. I know it looks like you can't see. Hold on. See, it's white washi tape. And I drew on it. So I created my own designs for washi tape. And I also provided those in the link. But I taped it down and then I drew on top of it to have a horizontal type of doodle design. So horizontal borders. And then again, I had more designs, lines. But this was just a super fun way of having all of your designs in one place. You don't have to get the Big Book of Ideas, but you can make one yourself. You know, and that's what this is going to be all about. is starting to create our own designs and using them in a binder. You don't need to put it in a binder, but what else are you going to do with them once you start collecting these for every single type of prompt that we're going to do? You're going to want to have them all in one place. So paper's cheap. Don't worry about, you know, doing it wrong or not liking it. You can just throw it away and start again, you know, or you could just put not liking this one. Whatever you want to do and however you want to deal with it. But that is where the entire concept of the Doodle Dictionary or Doodle Encyclopedia, I'm going to be calling it a bunch of different things. And then I put Doodle Chapter of True Cuteness Creative Cookies. And why creative cookies? Because the whole idea, if you've been around a while with Lindsay, is the Girl Scouts theme. And so we are True Cuteness. And we kind of spun off on that. I don't know if there's any type of trademark or anything, but we're not using Girl Scout stuff. We just spun off from that idea. So I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way, and I'm going to get started. And like I said, I want to be able to use these designs in my binder. Hold on, let me move that out of the way. I'm running out of room here on my desk. Let me find where, okay, there we go. Now, let's get started. I didn't put this on the rulers, but if you like to have super straight lines, you can have yourself a ruler, and then I just have a bunch of black markers. This Uniball pen, which I just love. I took a class with someone, and it's an archival ink, waterproof pen, a Uniball. I really like it. I provided the link for it. I will have it when the video is over, a link for this, but it's a great pen. I have quite a few of them. So you're going to want to have a variety of a bunch of different widths, just to create a variety of doodling. And let's just go ahead and get started doodling. This is what we're going to be doing with these. So you can, for me, you can write directly on, but I'm going to do it on my Post-it note because the rest of my book is that way, and I want to be consistent. So let's just start. I'm going to start with some basic lines. And sometimes just having a line that is not straight just kind of gives the character. You could see that my lines are a little, it's hard to be straight unless I had a rule. You know, I do have a ruler, but I honestly don't care about my line being straight. I want it to look exactly like a human made it and not AI. Okay, so here is, I mean, lines can be used in any way. Horizontally, diagonally, vertically. I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to bring this back out so you guys can see. Let me see if I can do this without taking up all the room. Let me go back to lines here. See, you could see here in my designs, I was varying the pin widths. I was using like a thicker marker. Over here, I used a thick marker and a thin inside. I mean, you could just go crazy. Go to Pinterest and just look at line backgrounds. Type in line backgrounds and see what you can come up with. Or design elements, lines, or something. Sometimes, you know, when you use the right wording, you can get different results. So, you know, I can't believe that in all of my designs here, I don't even have horizontal lines. I just kind of went crazy. See here, I was using pencil. So, you know, sometimes what I do is I have one of these Post-it notes in my purse. And so if I'm sitting, waiting for an appointment, got to go see the dentist, I will just whip this out and I will start doodling some lines. And then I just stick it to the back. And when I get home, I have a little pile of Post-its and I put them on my pages. So that's an idea, to just have a portable, tiny with a pen that you can draw some designs with. Okay, so let me go back here. Next, I'm going to, let me see, I'm looking at, there's a little bit of a delay. Oh yeah, you can slightly see it. Hold on, I'm going to take a drink of coffee because my throat is getting dry. Okay, so let's go with, it is kind of funny because I'm scrolling through my designs and I didn't even do something as easy as horizontal or vertical, but I'm going to do diagonal lines, and then I think I'm going to space them apart, and I think I'm going to put like a little cute little element in between the diagonals. Let's see, maybe a cute little flower or some stitch lines. That would probably be quicker and easier, so I might do some stitch lines. Okay. Does anyone have any questions? I hope I'm explaining it correctly, the whole concept of this. Okay, so I'm going to put this pen away. I'm going to get something that is just a little bit thicker, and I'm going to do stitch lines. I mean, you can go crazy coming up with all different kinds of designs. But having this as a guide, you're going to love it. In 6 months, you're going to thank me. You really will. Because once we get to doing more extravagant doodling, where we're having to use textures and filling in stuff, you're just going to be able to refer to your little doodle binder and get ideas for what you want to use them for. So some of the stuff, you're just going to draw it and you're not going to like it. You're going to think it's ugly. But leave it in there. I mean, in a week from now, you might feel a little bit different about what you think is ugly. Just remember, paper's cheap, so it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be straight. I am not seeing any comments. Does anybody have any questions? What page am I on for this? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I missed the first part. What do you mean by what page? This is the lines page. I'm probably going to be going into the Facebook and I'm going to be renaming some of these because I was trying to use the initials for DCTC, and then I think I put DCTC lines. What pen I'm using, it's called Zayar. It's a permanent marker. It comes in different varieties of length. I also have, you know, microns. You know, I guess the micron would have worked for this too, but I'm just grabbing what I have. I have many different kinds. I mean, I have something as I even have a Sharpie in here. Yeah, I have a Sharpie in here. Just all different. This is, yeah, it's called Zayar. Zayar permanent marker. I like them. But I think if you want more precise, see, it's got a fine tip and a chisel tip. I think that's what they call it. But if you want micron, you definitely get that. You can definitely see the different varieties of widths on the pen. This one's a thick one. This one's a thick one, and it's 10, number 10. But let me finish this. I do have before I started the whole live, I created a link for most of the supplies that I'm using here, so you guys can go back and look at them. So in case somebody asked a question about it, it will be in the comments or in the post. So there's that one. Again, you can see that I don't really have, I could just use a 3-hole punch and add this sheet into my list of my doodles. It'll come right here at the back. But you could just keep adding and adding and adding more doodles. Okay, let me see another one. See, and what I did is I put washi tape here because I'm just, everything's kind of blah. but I added some pops of color. Over here, this was where I started. I started with lines. And then in my heart, you could see I start adding colors. We're going to do this. It's going to be fun. You guys are going to have so much fun. But I have some washi here. I couldn't tell you where I got it. I've had it for years. I'm going to use orange on this because orange is my favorite color. I don't have a lot of this. I think this came like maybe on a Dollar Tree set. Maybe. I couldn't tell you. I've had it for a long time. But I like just having the Post-it notes with a little pop of color. And then this was pretty smart of me, I do have to say, LOL, that I put lines. So we kind of know that when we put it in with our different tabs, you know, you know that you are putting it in the lines. Lines. There you go. So next one. What do I do next? Oh, I already put one down. I already put that down. Okay, let me think. Let's just do, let me grab a marker here. Let me grab the 10 micron. And I'm going to do like a variety hatch patterns. Maybe, you know what I think I'm going to do is I want to keep a grid. So I'm going to draw little light pencil lines. So I cannot cross the line. There we go. That's good enough. It doesn't matter if it's straight. I just want to be able to have my guide here. So I'm going to do a bit of like a hatch pattern. Go 4 lines one way, 4 lines another way, and then I'm going to try diagonal. Eek, let's see how this goes. And then again, vertical, horizontal, 4 lines, and then diagonal. Kind of helps me because I can kind of see where the end of my line is. Okay, so we're going to go again vertical. Oops, too much spacing. Horizontal. Diagonal. See, I goofed on that, but oh well, I don't care. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Is anybody out there doing this with me? Maybe you can post some ideas. Oh, you see, this is what I don't like. Let me see. Is this vertical, horizontal? Okay, diagonal. I'm trying to not have the same this is crazy of me, but I'm trying not to have the same pattern, because in one way, in one direction, you have the pattern, but in the other way, I don't want it to have like vertical lines, vertical lines, vertical lines. I like having the variety. Probably nobody else cares but me, but when I look at it, I like, it makes me happy when I see the different patterns in different lines. This one, I didn't space it correctly, but again, it doesn't matter. Go. You know, I don't like it that the comments, oh, I have to put, let me see. So I think, I'm sorry, I'm reading about the comments, and I mean, use what you guys have. Nobody needs to go out and buy anything, really. I mean, I'm going to be providing this. I mean, we are all crafters. So we all have, maybe not white Post-it notes, yellow Post-it notes. If you have yellow Post-it notes, the whole world has yellow Post-it notes. Use yellow Post-it notes. You don't have to use white. I like the white. That's my preference. But you don't have to do it that way. So you do you. You do you, boo, is what I like to say. And do what you have and use what you have on hand. You don't need to buy anything. I'm providing the handout. And you don't even need to have Post-it notes. You can draw right on here. But I want to be consistent with the rest of my book because I like the consistency of how it looks. So you don't need to do that. That's just what I'm doing. So you could see here, some of the patterns are going to start repeating, which is fine, but we're not, in this line, we're not repeating any of the patterns. And this is just a pattern that I came up with on the fly. It is something that, usually what they do is horizontal, vertical, but I'm going crazy and I'm adding diagonal to it. There you go. Almost done here. So we got diagonal here. I'm really off on the spacing of this, but that is okay. And then we're going to go back to vertical, horizontal, diagonal. And then vertical again. And I mean, if you think about it, think about the many ways that you could vary this. You could add, hold on, let me grab a skinnier pen. You can add lines to it. Change it up, okay? Hold on. What's that? Lynn, you are right. All you need is something to write with and something to write on. And I'm providing you something to write on by providing you this sheet. I mean, you could even use a big pen. Use what you have. Nobody is, I mean, I provide the list of supplies because people ask questions about the supplies. What am I using? Where did you get that? So I'm just going to go ahead and provide the list of supplies, but use what you have. I did not buy a single thing to make this video. I use everything that I have. I'm using it. There we go. See, I mean, just adding the skinnier lines, what a difference it makes. But again, I'm trying to keep these lives under a half an hour. So I'm going to be checking out here. I have a big, huge barbecue happening today at my house, so I need to go get ready for that. But this is where I leave you guys. Why don't you go ahead and get started making your own little pattern library and share it in the group. Maybe some of us will be inspired by some of the designs you came. Oh, FYI, look at that. I'm looking at, I follow kind of that same pattern, but I'm doing it diagonally. So, yes, that is all I have for you. If you guys have any questions, please put them in the comments. But like, as I mentioned, I'm going to be preparing for a big a big barbecue with my friends and family. And I'm going to be quite busy the rest of the day. So I might not be able to get to any of the comments until this evening. But Tammy and Ann are around and they can be able to help you. Or Barbara. Did I get the name wrong? Probably got the name wrong. Anyways, I'm sorry if I missed your name. But Tammy can help answer any of the questions. And if you can wait till this evening and I see a comment then or a question, I will be able to help you this evening. But please share, because we're all about sharing. And this is something easy. Don't be afraid to share your work. So share what you've done. This is easy enough. And I hope that you guys had fun. I hope that you guys enjoyed this class and that it inspired you to go out and make your own. Okay, there will be a photo album to post your pictures in of your work. Yes, in the photo section. Is it a photo section? Is it called photo or media? I don't remember. But in that section, you can put in, well, if you do a post and you put a picture, I think it automatically goes into that section. So there you go, ladies. That is all. Have a wonderful Sunday, and we will see you guys next week when we do circles. Is that right? Circles? Where is circles? Yes. Next week is circles. So Sunday, 8 a.m., we do circles. All right, everyone. Bye. Happy Sunday. Go make something fun.